Stretching across mountains, deserts, and grasslands, winding like a sleeping dragon across the vast landscape of northern China, lies one of the most extraordinary structures ever built by human hands. It has stood for over 2,000 years, witnessed empires rise and fall, swallowed the sweat and blood of millions, and today stands as a silent monument to human ambition. This is the story of the Great Wall of China. Scene 1. Before the wall, a land divided. Narrator. Long before it became a single unified wonder, China was not one nation but a patchwork of warring kingdoms. During the Warring States period, which lasted from the 5th century BC to 221 BC, rival states such as Qin, Zhao, and Yan were locked in constant conflict, not only with each other but with fierce nomadic tribes from the northern steppes, most notably the Xiongnu. To protect their territories, these individual states began building their own defensive walls, rammed earth barriers, watchtowers, and fortifications scattered across the frontier. They were crude by later standards, but they planted the seed of an idea that would one day become legendary. Scene 2. One Emperor, One Wall. Narrator. Everything changed in 221 BC when the ruler of the Qin state achieved the impossible. He conquered all rival kingdoms and unified China under a single empire. He took the title Qin Shi Huang, meaning first emperor, and his ambitions were as vast as the empire he now commanded. Determined to protect his new empire from northern invaders, Qin Shi Huang ordered that the existing separate walls be connected, reinforced, and extended into one continuous line of defense. This marked the beginning of what we now call the Great Wall. Scene 3. Blood, Sweat, and Stone. Narrator. The construction of the Great Wall remains one of the most staggering labor undertakings in human history. Historians estimate that hundreds of thousands, possibly over 1 million, workers were involved. These included soldiers, convicted criminals, and ordinary peasants conscripted into forced labor. The conditions were brutal. Workers labored through freezing winters and scorching summers, hauling massive stones and packed earth across treacherous mountain terrain, often with primitive tools and little food. Disease, exhaustion, and accidents claimed countless lives. A haunting legend persists to this day that the bones of dead workers were mixed into the wall's foundations, and that fallen laborers were buried within its very structure. This gave rise to a chilling nickname still used by some, the longest cemetery in the world. While historians debate the literal truth of this legend, it captures the immense human cost behind this engineering marvel. Scene 4. More than just a wall. Narrator. Though the Great Wall is often thought of simply as a defensive barrier, its purpose was far more sophisticated. Along its length, thousands of watchtowers were constructed at regular intervals, allowing soldiers to monitor enemy movement and communicate rapidly using smoke signals during the day and fire signals at night, an ancient but remarkably effective early warning system. The wall also served as a means of controlling trade and immigration. Gates and checkpoints regulated who entered and exited the empire, making it an important tool for managing the flow of goods along trade routes, including portions of the famous Silk Road. Scene 5. Dynasties rebuild and expand. Narrator. The Great Wall was not built once and left untouched. It was continuously modified, destroyed, rebuilt, and expanded across multiple dynasties over the centuries. The Han Dynasty extended it further west to protect Silk Road trade routes. Later, during turbulent periods, sections fell into disrepair or were abandoned altogether. It was during the Ming Dynasty, between the 14th and 17th centuries, that the wall as we recognize it today took shape. Facing renewed threats from Mongol invasions, the Ming rulers reconstructed the wall using fired bricks and solid stone instead of packed earth, making it far stronger and more durable. Elaborate watchtowers, garrison stations, and fortresses were added, transforming the wall into the sophisticated defensive network whose ruins tourists walk along today. Scene 6. The Scale that Defies Belief. Narrator. Just how massive is the Great Wall? Combining all its branches, sections, and offshoots built across different dynasties, the wall stretches an astonishing total of over 13,000 miles, more than 21,000 kilometers. To put that into perspective, if stretched into a straight line, it could wrap around the Earth's circumference nearly twice. Contrary to popular myth, the Great Wall is not actually visible from space with the naked eye, but its scale on the ground is nonetheless breathtaking, snaking across deserts, grasslands, plateaus, and some of the steepest mountain ridges in China. Scene 7. A living symbol. Narrator. Today, the Great Wall of China is far more than a relic of ancient warfare. It has become a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world, drawing millions of visitors.